Foreigner doing Urgent. It's right here on Dan Radio Style. Hope everybody out there is doing great. Wanted to do a show, a guy that I think a lot of us listen to. Certainly, I've heard people quote him anyway. Aaron, something or other, Doherty, something like that. Anyway, he was talking about something today, transurfing and a whole bunch of concepts. But one thing that really kind of jumped out, and the part that kind of struck me, and it was like, wanted to kind of try to figure out why. So everyone talks about how when you make things too important, that you kind of push them away from you. And I'm like, well, I definitely agree with that. But it was more the mechanics of it, like why and how does that kind of happen? And then it sort of dawned on me, kind of thinking about it a little bit, and I was like, that would make a really awesome show topic. I think hopefully I can do it some justice here, and hopefully and not an overly lengthy perspective. But too much importance, why does that push it away? Too much importance in the sense of the person you're interested in. I have to have them no matter what. I've got to have this situation. Or in the sense of a job. Or money, where you have to have it so strongly. This, if I can't get it, I won't be able to go to that trip, or I won't be able to pay, or whatever. I have to have more money. I'm not able to do it. It's keeping me from whatever I want. And we create that level of importance to it that makes it, one, why we're trying so hard to create it. And a lot of times I always kind of felt there was a bit to the wanting to do it faster, but I think actually it might be more rooted even maybe in this. I don't know. There's a mixture of the two, because obviously trying to do something quicker is from that same level of kind of desperation, or it has to happen. Like it has to happen in a way that I can't really believe it is, because it needs to happen faster, right? It's if I know it's happening at the speed it's happening, but that's not fast enough, then I want to go faster. Again, that's where we start to create this level of separation, and that is truly what the problem is. It's that level of separation, right? We make this thing, like when it's us and when it's in our own worlds, like if it's something where you can very easily wrap your head around the fact that you're going to accomplish this. Like I know I can get in my car and drive down the street to this coffee shop, or I know I could do something and get like a 15-hour a job, like the side job if I wanted, making $15 an hour. Like I know I could do that without too much effort. I'm sure I could land something like that if I really wanted to, right? It's one of those things where there's things that you just know and feel comfortable that you can do. Then there's these things that are outside of that. Things that seem so grandiose, so hard to do, so important, so needed that if I can't do it, I just won't be able to go on. Importance to that degree even. Importance to the sense of maybe someone even asked recently about dating someone that's a celebrity. Same thing. Creating the fact that they're a celebrity, and that even matters, right? Because they're still a person. No matter what, they're a person. Maybe they're famous, sure. But the fact that there's a title that goes with it creates that separation. It creates that this is different than me. This is outside of me. This is something that is not me. And if you're saying something isn't you, then you can't manifest it. You can't, because it's not you. It's out here, or it's something that's beyond you, or it's something you could never be. And that's why you lump it into the super importance, this level that's beyond us, beyond ourselves, beyond our current reality, like a miracle. Like it's needs to be a miracle. The only way this could ever happen is a miracle. Instead of this inevitably has to happen because we're going to be together. There's a difference between those two thoughts. If I know me and the person are going to be together, it has to be inevitable. We're perfect for each other. We're on equal playing fields. This is my soulmate. This is the woman I love. Of course we're going to be together. Versus, we have to. I hope we can. I know we can. I believe we can. I know. I mean, I don't know. They're so awesome and they're really smart. And I don't know if they'd ever talk, but it'd be so great. Versus we're the same. And it's awesome and wonderful. And you could think that about somebody that's perceived in your mind as celebrity. In fact, I think it might have been the comment. Celebrities, the first thing to remember is anyone that is a celebrity is still a person first. Now, some people, small percentage, I think, get caught up into maybe the fame of it, if you will, or their egos enjoy it a lot more. But for the most part, most people are just kind of like, not, it's weird. That's a good way to look at it. So for a lot of us, these things that are not native to us, that we want to create. If it's something that's not already a part of us, not already within our making, within our belief structure, we start to create sort of a resistance to it. And as much as we want to think, say, and do, and imagine, and rub out, and forgiveness, and all the different things, if I truly don't think it's something that's within my ability to have, I don't think I'm smart enough, I don't think I'm pretty enough, no matter what, like some sort of level of separation to whatever it is. And really, it begs really one of the most important questions of, I think, the video, I'm hoping anyway. And we're not too terribly long, which is awesome. We're calling this something beyond us. So the question I ask, I guess, for a lot of us, and this is introspective, you can certainly leave comments. That's awesome if you want to be bold and, announce it to the world. Or if not, to yourself. Why is it so special? What is it that when you look at it, and I will say this probably made one of the biggest differences in my whole spiel, was when I finally pulled them off the pedestal, basically. And I've done this in a few relationships in my life, I will say, in fact. And it's one thing that's awesome about it, before I get back into this question, but one thing that's really awesome about taking someone off a pedestal is you take so much pressure off them. They don't know this pressure's on them, mind you, but you put them up to that level. And so anytime they don't act at that level, then we start to have a hard time with them. We start to get frustrated with them. We start to have doubts. We start to question. We start to fear whatever. If they don't act a specific way that we've set them on this pedestal, this is how they are 100% of the time, and nobody's exactly perfect 100% of the time. You could be the most wonderful person all the time, it seems, but I guarantee you there's going to be times where you wake up and you're like, I freaking hate people, right? So it happens. It does. So again, why is it so special to us? Why do we consider this situation, this person, this job, this thing? What is it about this thing that seems so out there, so beyond our control? Are they so pretty? Are they so wealthy? Are they so famous? Is it such a hard job? Is it such a big raise? If it's such a big raise, that's a good one for a lot of us going for money. A lot of times it's hard to separate ourselves from that difference because, again, I may be attached myself to what I was making. But now I'm going for more, and I'm certainly worth that, and we know that in our minds, but then when it comes down to it, it's a little intimidating. Same goes maybe when you're dating someone that's super pretty, and maybe there's that slight level of subconscious insecurity, right? Because they're so attractive, people are going to look at them. Maybe that starts to freak you out, and maybe that's the dynamic at work of why we consider them separate. Maybe we need to just bring them down to our level for whatever reason. I'm not sure what your case is. I'm just trying to come up with, and I don't even know if any of these would be appropriate really for this kind of scenario. I'm just trying to come up with stuff, frankly, where maybe we would put somebody on a pedestal, where we'd think they're super smart, right? And super smart people do stupid stuff sometimes, and it's awesome fun when you do it. I'll tell you that much. And funny people, sometimes you say stupid jokes, and everyone just looks at you, and you hear the crickets. You're like, and you're like, frick, really? Was that bad? Because that was funny inside. Oh, if you guys could have heard the way that joke played out in my head, you would have been laughing too, I'm sure of it. These things all play a part. And if we can look at what causes it, if we can look at what's creating this separation, there's nothing wrong with loving something, nothing wrong with adoring it, cherishing it, desiring it with all of your heart. But placing it on a pedestal where it is uniquely good, where it is uniquely special, where it is unique. Yes, they're the love of your life. That's special, yes. But they themselves, not necessarily unique. This situation between you, yes, unique. Do you see the kind of difference there, right? They are not so unique as much as you and them are unique. Your situation together is powerful. Your situation with each other is amazing. They of themselves, without you, are nothing, right? Isn't that what this whole thing's about? Same with this job that you're so afraid of. This job, this job is perfect for me. This is the perfect situation. This is the perfect evolution for me. This is the perfect way for me. It's not this, oh my God, no. It's not this, I gotta have it. No, this is the inevitable outcome of the work and effort I've been making. It's the continuity, the continuation. You can say that a lot of ways. Well, that many at least. So again, it's that era. It's that movement. And when we can try to bring it off that pedestal, we stop the separation, and it becomes part of us. It becomes native. It becomes within our world. It becomes doable, frankly. It becomes possible. It becomes a reality. Because sometimes things, if we make it too outlandish, pedestal, equation, pedestal, we make it too outlandish, then we have a hard time with the belief cycle. It's why so many people, like winning $1 million with the lottery is hard for them too, because imagining what it's like to be a millionaire, like a lot of people are like, if I had $1 million, some people really think that out well. And I think those are the ones that typically win. They don't know what they're doing per se necessarily, but they're like, they imagine, donating some of it, buying so-and-so a house, buying the super favorite car, donating money to the church. I don't know, whatever they want to do. And sometimes these things happen because they've got it so planned out. It is there. Some people are just like, I want $1 million because I don't want to pay bills. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. You're not really putting any effort into it. You're not really imagining what $1 million would be like. How would your bed change? There's a good one. Like the bed you sleep in right now. If you were suddenly 1 million times richer, what would the bed be that you're sleeping on? That'd have to change, right? I mean, that's almost a guarantee. That's the one place you put down, right? Unless you're traveling, but even still, then it's like hotel beds or the plane bed or I don't know, whatever. So we need to remember one really important thing when we're trying to figure out if we're putting someone up on a pedestal or not. Okay, and I know a lot of us, and I know some of my audience, and I'm not calling anyone out by any chance, by any means. No one honestly, there's no one in particular I'm even thinking of. But I do know people like this in general, where they're kind of used to in life sort of kind of altering people's perspectives of things. Maybe someone's like, well, you're kind of not really being nice. And they're like, well, it's not really not being nice. I just didn't ask you if you wanted to go. And it wasn't that I didn't want you to go. I just didn't ask you if you wanted to go. So they bend things around, and they're used to kind of manipulating their way through situations in life when things don't quite go their way or when they get called out on being wrong. So when we are asking ourselves, am I putting this up on a pedestal? I will tell you this, we can fool ourselves all we want. We can say whatever we want. We can believe whatever we want. And we can accuse everyone else of whatever we want. Ultimately, universe does not budge on those trying to weasel our way around things. It is or it isn't. And if it's time for us to finally get stuff figured out because, the training wheels have been taken off, we understand the conceptual, the stuff, we understand the mechanics enough to where universe is starting to hold us accountable. You've got that better job. You kind of got to perform at a better level. I mean, that just kind of comes with the paycheck. You can't get the higher paycheck and they just totally slough off unless you're in government. Sorry. There are exceptions to the rule. You can make a lot of money and do very little. But that being said, you can't lie to the universe. You can lie to yourself. You can lie to other people. But the universe knows what's up. Universe is going to hold you and your higher self accountable for where it needs to be. So really try to look. If you're having an issue, if you really find yourself falling into this paradigm where something is so important, I can't live without it, you need to step back for a second and kind of look at things and go, shoot, I'm actually pushing it away because of this level of urgency or this level of importance. They're just real. You belong together. Your realities belong together. Remember that. Keep reminding yourself that. I belong with this person. We belong together. Not, I have to have them. No, we belong together. I can see us together. I know we belong together. We are so perfect together. We are like the perfect embodiment of what a relationship should be. And from there, you have equal footing. And from there, you manifest. Not this, no. Down here, where it belongs with you. But it's still the same thing. Just stop putting it up there. Stop separating it from you. Make it yours. Make it part of you. You guys belong together equally. It's a beautiful thing. Definitely. All right, we're going to be going out with a song by, I'm so stalling, Andy Grammer. It's called Honey, I'm Good. It's right here on Dan Radio Style.
Oh, baby, no, baby, you got me all wrong, baby. My baby's already got all of my love. So no, no, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home, and if I stay, I might not leave alone. No, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I got